Tonight, Italian rescue crews scouring the sea for any sign of life after a private British-flagged super yacht was ripped apart by a sudden freak storm just before sunrise.
It's a strong orkan gust. Very strong. Very strong.
22 people were on board. Rescue boats were immediately deployed, saving 15 people as the storm raged. The Italian Coast Guard confirming 6 people are still missing, including 2 Americans. In a harrowing feat, one mother, identified as Charlotte, says she managed to hold her 1-year-old baby above the waves until they were both pulled to safety. Miraculously, a doctor confirmed Charlotte's husband, also on board, was found safe. We reunited the whole family, he says. They are here with us. Italian authorities say this 184-foot luxury yacht was anchored about a half-mile off the Sicilian coast when it is believed to have been struck by a violent storm. The wreckage, now 160 feet below the surface. Sources familiar with the matter telling CNBC that British tech tycoon Mike Lynch, the founder of England's once biggest software company Autonomy, is among the missing. In June, he was cleared in a massive U.S. fraud trial related to the company's $11 billion sale to Hewlett-Packard. Investigators now say they're hoping to piece together how a modern yacht was so thoroughly destroyed in a storm that barely damaged other ships. Tonight, survivors wait for any word of their missing friends or loved ones, with hope sinking after every passing hour. Steve Patterson, NBC News.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.